So hello friend, today I am going to discuss one of the most important feature in the React. As you know, it's not a feature but it's important thing for your application because generally in your application this is the common requirement that there will be one row, and that row there are lots of field means form field are there, and dynamically you want to generate multiple rows. So you can do this through this plus icon. Whenever we will click on the plus icon, that another copy of this first row will be generated, and as much as row you want to generate, you just need to click on plus icon and automatically that will be generating the copy of the first row, right? And suppose you did some mistake. Suppose I have typed something and I did some mistake, so I want to delete this row, only this row. So you can also do, just need to click on the plus icon and that row will be uh, gone. So you can do these things through the React, and how you will implement this functionality I am going to discuss each and everything. So basically in your application you might find the blogs and video tutorial that already written about this, but on that blog I found some error, some mistake, which is, suppose I want to delete this row only, but actually the problem was that only the last row will be deleted. So what is the solution for this? So all this solution, all means I am going to discuss about all this problem and their solution. Okay. So basically actually I what I feel during the development of this functionality, that's why I'm explaining you, because sometimes it might happen that if you are deleting this row only, but actually the only last row will be removed. Okay. So dynamically this form field are generating. So how it is working in the React, so let's discuss about it. For more information you can find the code through this GitHub link. I will put this GitHub link in the video description so you can uh, understand the code, means you can watch the code, you can download all this project and code, and you can run in your uh, machine. For this you just need to type in each folder, means my app is a client application, means for the client side which is made in React, and React in Node which is written in the Node. So you go on that folder and type npm install, and all the packages of Node package will be installed, and then you start running. Okay. And uh, one one more thing, for the running the Node.js you need to type node index.js. Then the Node.js will be started, means server will be started, and make sure that you in your machine the MongoDB should be installed, because the MongoDB is necessary for this application, because I am using MongoDB as a database. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to discuss about this functionality in the code, how I implement these things. So here this is the code. Actually I am going to the my structure, how this folder structure is. So the component is the one folder that I created. On that folder you will find task, and that task you will find two form, means two file, which is task form or task list. If you are watching this video after some times, it might be the multiple file can be happen, because in the git repository I will maybe upload some extended version of this application, so I will put some file over it. So to show these two file is very important, and all these things are happening in within these two files. Okay. So this is the task form, and first you start state. For this you just need to create a state object, and that uh, date date is the for this field I have given the variable name which is date, and another is the description. This is the basically this is the property of this state. So description is the another property, and task list uh, is defined as an array, right? In this array, one object is there, means one data is there in the form of object, and this object have some fields. So which fields are there? So project name, task, notes, or status. So project name, task, note, status. With all these things, one extra property is index. So index is very important, because for this only we can resolve the problem, which is you might face that whenever you will delete the row, only the last row is removed. So you can do this by the mat.random. You can assign the random method for this index, because this index should be unique. Okay, then go to the code, means HTML part, and this dot state, I collected the variables in the variable task list. Okay, so task list, whatever task list I have, I collected in the variable task list. Then this is the particular form. Here is the opening, or here is the closing. Okay, on the submit, in case of submit, this method will be called this dot handle submit. And on the on change, means suppose in any field of the form, if I will change something, that this will be handled through this method. So for the date field, it is a date, and for the description it is a description. And for these things has done, means date or description has done, and the project name, task, and task notes and status, how it's working. So let's see. So I created a table for this. In the T head, I created a T head, which is the project name, task, means each column name I created, and this will be header part. And the body part, for the body part, I have written all this code in another file, means I make a functional component for this, and I pass some parameter, means whenever I will click on the add button, that means that add property will control these things, and delete will delete that particular row, and this will be handled by the this click, means delete property. Okay, so I pass some value, means data delete, as a property. And task list, in the task list I pass the all the initial value, all the value which holds task list. So I pass that value through this here, means I just extracted the task list from this object, means this dot state object, and just I pass in this component as a props. Okay, so let's go to the dat file, and here is the is my uh, class functional component, props dot task list dot map. Using map function, I can get each of the value in the array and their index. So I got a value from each array, and index means uh, uh, the value I will get a value, and for which index. So I can get through this idx. I have given the name idx. So I just created another, you can say here it is a id. So I just created another variables with the late method, means late keyword. I just created a variables which is a project name, and project name is concat with the idx, and task which is concat with idx, means I have some text and then concat with the idx is a basically id, means index of that particular array and their value. So I am extracting value and their index from that array. The array is that task list. As a property I am collecting this array, right? Now as you know, in the React, it is very important to define a key for each row, so I have defined a key and a val dot index. Why I have given the index? Because here you can see index is the mat dot random. This key should be the unique. That's why I have defined unique value, and which is generated by the mat dot random method, and I have given mat dot val dot index, and that key will be automatically assigned uniquely. Okay, and for each means now you can in this way you can generate this all this field. So I generated input field, uh, their name and data type. IDX means whatever index are getting, just I define, just I given the index, and the ID is the project name. Because suppose I am generating just a copy of this array, so in but id should be unique. So what I did is that I make the id unique. So we provide a unique id, and we just concat some string with the id, and that will generate a unique id, and that I defining here, you can see. Okay, so this is for the project name, and this is for the task and the task notes. So for each field I uh, defined unique id and the data id, which is whatever index of that particular array I am just assigning. Okay, and main important thing is that here you can see for the first row this icon is a plus, and after that other icon is a minus icon, means we can delete only, we cannot add in this case. So if you want to add, just you can just click on add button, and each row will be populated, each row will be copied of the first row in this way. But if you want to delete some particular row, you can also do these things, just to click on the minus icon. How these things are working, just you I have using the ternary operator for handling these things. So if the index of that particular array is 0, means for the 0 index it will be show plus icon, otherwise this will show a minus icon. So for plus icon, just I have written which comes for the plus, and for minus icon I written for another else condition. So it's this ternary operator is also work like a if else condition. So in this way this is handling the thing. And one important thing is that whenever I will click on the uh, plus icon or a minus icon, so this will return a props. So the props is that we can see there props dot add, and here props that delete. How these things are handling? So let's go to the component file, how I am handling these things. So you can see here I am using the add, and I use here delete. So this will this is the method. So this will go to the this dot click this dot add new row, and new row is basically a method, and this method is handling all these things. So you can go now, you can see add new row. How add new row is working? See, in the state we just writing some arrow arrow method. So arrow function, actually what arrow function are doing, uh, the previous state, from the previous state they are used, means I just use a spread operator. To spread operator I extract, I copied all the row with some new row is that uh, new row which is the new index, and from new index I have just provided some property in the form of object, and another row will be generated through this. So add new row, what generally doing is the cop is doing some copy of the previous array and adding some extra array, means extra row, through this. Okay, in this way the another copy of that array are generating. So this is the work of new row. And delete row, what delete row are doing? So for that particular index, whatever index I pass through this method, suppose val, and val is the basically the value of that particular array, and that array in the form of object. So that object will check each by each, means this dot state dot task list. From the task list it will be check each each row. If that particular row will not match, uh, then that will be filtered and another row will be generated, means another array will be generated. That array I assign to the task list, and this way all this functionality are working. So I assume that all these concepts are clear, and for more information you can find this code in my GitHub link. Okay, now whenever I will click on the uh, submit button, okay, so this is handling through the this plus icon and this plus two plus icon basically are there. We can generate, means if you want to make plus icon here, then you can also add this, make it here, and if you want to make it above, so you can also do these things. Basically I force to the those who are using this software, I am forcing that first row will be mandatory. That's why I put the plus icon on the first row. Otherwise you can also put minus icon, and no need this condition here. You directly put minus icon and you can also delete. So for this I can also show you. Now page is refreshing. Here in the first row you got a minus icon, and you can also delete, means you can also generate and delete the number of rows. So you can also do these things, but generally the requirement is that first row should be mandatory. That's why I have given some ternary through the ternary operator. I have written some condition, which is the index if you will match with the 0, then that will be the plus icon, otherwise all the row will be the minus icon. So you can understand this thing. And through the submit button, after submit button, what e dot prevent default are doing to stop the event, default event, which is the default event in this case is the submit. So this will prevent these things and all the functionality will work accordingly. So here I pass the data, means form data, through this dot state data. I found I make another variables with the object form data is the property, and in that property I pass the this dot state value, and user data I assign from the local storage. So local storage you will find the user data will be available on the client side. So here you need to go to the application, and you will find here user, and all the user data will be available here. You can see here all the data, and which is required basically, because from which user it is coming, so you can pass this through this variable. So I make another data and I pass through this, means as a parameter, means Axios is the very much famous library to handling all these things. So I call the API and save the data, and after getting a successfully message, then this then block will be execute, otherwise catch block will be execute. One interesting thing is that if in then a block, if you will find any error, then again it will go to the catch block, and that will be execute. So be careful for this case. Okay, so now almost is done, and just I am going to show you that it's saving successfully or not. So just I am going to fill up this form, and after that I am going to submit. So just quickly I just fill the form. anything, just I am typing. Okay, all right. So just I will click on the submit button and that form will be submitted. So I am going to clear this network and again I will submit. So this field is mandatory, so you need to put something. One important thing, suppose you want to delete this row, and uh, only this row you can delete through this icon. Okay, so this functionality is working perfectly now. So just I will click and task successfully saved. This message come from the here, from the backend. So how data pass, in which format? So you can see here the form data is passing in this format: date, description, and all the row will be within the task list. And for 0 index it will be like this, and 1 index it will be like this, and 2 index it will be like this. Okay, so hope you will understand everything clearly. If you have any doubt, you can just uh, give me a comment, and definitely we will try to solve. And it's you can play around this code through this GitHub link, and I will give you this on your description, so you can easily play with this code. So thank you for watching.